Yeah, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live right now as we speak on Podbean and live here on Spotlight Sports Network. Live also on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and being heard on all type of replay podcast platforms, Spotify, Pandora, good Lord, iHeartRadio is everywhere. Google Podcasts, Tumblr, everywhere. We are everywhere right now. What's going on, everybody, on this Saturday evening? I changed the time because I was super busy on today. I had to do a funeral today. I had to eulogize someone, and that took up a lot of my time. There was no way I could get back and do it at 3 o'clock. So for those that are used to me seeing me at 3 o'clock, nothing has changed. I just had a lot of things to do today, so we'll try it again on next week. So tonight, we're in prime time, I guess, tonight, right? This is 8 o'clock Central Time, wherever you're watching me from. I guess I'm in prime time, so I hope I don't bore you too long. I hope I don't make you fall asleep. Most of all, I hope that you'll hang with me just for a minute or so, as you guys will pretty much take over the show, because really all I have is just one thing to talk about today, and but from that one thing will bring a lot of different perspectives, I guess. All right, I hope that you guys do me a favor and share. Let me know, help your boy out, at least in that moment. Appreciate anybody who's hanging with me. I'll get to you in a second and say hello to you in a minute, but I'm sharing right now. Some of y'all sleeping, some of y'all old like me. Shoot, I know what some of y'all saying, man, past 8 o'clock, you in trouble. I can't hang with you tonight, cause I I can't make it. Let me veer off just for a second while I'm here, because I'm not gonna put a lot of time on this. But I had one person ask me about the NBA Finals. Why I'm not talking about the finals? It's simple, because the Los Angeles Lakers are not there. Okay, that's why. I mean, I don't. You know, look, I most definitely am not a Golden. You know, I like Golden State, but I'm not a Golden State fan that I just got to take out my time to just start talking about them primarily. I'm not doing that. I'm not a Golden State fan. Now, if you told me to talk about the Lakers, I can do that because I know my team. I most certainly am not about to spend my time talking about the Boston Celtics. And look, if you're older like I am and you're a Los Angeles Lakers fan, the last thing that you want to do is give any type of credit to the Boston Celtics. I don't care nothing about who on their team. They got their green jersey on. I don't like the Boston Celtics. I never have. This thing go back for me. This thing go back to the early 80s, Magic and Bird. We have this disdain for the Boston Celtics. So because I said that, it's obvious who you know I'm pulling for, if that's what you're wondering. But Golden State, I'm just, that's a division rival. I mean, that I'm not hype about Golden State. I love what they represent, and I do love Curry just like everybody else. I like Clay, I like Drake, I like the Golden State, but I'm not a fan of them. So I'll say this about last night. Before I get to the Cowboys. Listen, while everybody getting excited about the new breed, new team, we got a tremendous reminder last night that there is a light-skinned brother who is a bona fide, straight-up killer. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about it, because really y'all shouldn't be surprised, okay? Y'all must have forgot who that dude is. He is a dog. You know, it's kind of hard to put dog and then a light skinned brother together and say he got dog in him. But in this case, that applies. That kid, Mr. Curry, who you better be quiet about now. You don't want to get him upset, okay? You know, I look, cause see, when you say a dog, you think he look like a little chihuahua, you know, little pretty dogs. You know, he ain't one of them you know, them real Rottweiler dogs. You know, that's what you think by looking at them. Don't let the hazel eyes and the pretty boy face and you know and always good in front of the camera guy fool you. That dude right there, y'all know he different. We ain't seen nothing like him. Okay, and you saw it last night. See, whenever you know a team, it's football correlated. It is. See, baseball, it applies to every sport. This is when you know you're good. And I'm getting ready to talk about the Cowboys in a second. This is when you know you're good. When a team game plans specifically for you, and you still put up 43. That's when you know you're a bad dude. You're getting doubled. The whole defense is geared towards you, and you still and put up numbers like that. Y'all look, I don't. You ain't got to like him, but y'all know you better respect him, because look, he will destroy you. Now y'all know that. We've been saying it for years, but last night on the biggest stage, he showed everybody again why he is who he is. He is, without a doubt, an all-time great player. And if he wins the championship, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to start having some real discussions about him, because his resume is starting to look real good. I don't think nobody going to argue this time about if Golden State win. I don't think we got to wonder who the finals MVP going to be this year, since that's what everybody want to talk about. If he wins this year, ladies and gentlemen, we got, it's time to go on. He deserves a seat at a few tables. Then I ain't saying he the greatest of all time. I'm not saying. I'm just saying he deserves to be in some of the rooms. We pull this one off. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Let me say hello to folks. Let's see here. Who I got here? Who hanging with me? I'm Price Coach Marv in the house. My guy. He in the building. Yeah. In the building. Shane said, I love to talk Lakers. Oh, okay, Shane, you basketball game like mine. But the Lakers had managed. Yeah, that was the good old days, Shane. That was the good old days. And Celtic fans can actually argue about that, because they were just as potent as the Lakers were back then. So that's always a nice debate when it comes to Celtic fans and Laker fans of the 80s. It's just it's a tennis ball match. You say it is, it's true. Hit it over to the other side. The Celtic fans say it is, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Bird was that guy. Ain't no doubt about that. We'll see. He too close to the show. Just a funny thing. 2 more games. Exactly. Steph been killing. I think he win MVP. Hey, Karan. And then went and said, yeah, we got a long way to go. But last night, the stage was his, and he took pure advantage of it. And there's just no question about that. I don't like the Celtics, though. So I will say this in return. What you're saying is a pretty great player in Tatum, who I said at the beginning of the series, I said that Tatum and Brown would have to be good every night for them, to have a chance to win. They would have to be good every night. They can't afford 7 or 24 shooting and all that. You can't do that, because the Warriors can score. Those two guys got to be big every night. When I say big, I'm talking about 28 plus every night. Because Curry is gonna get what he gonna do what he does, and if Clay join in, okay, like he did at the end last night, if Wiggins joins in, they ain't got a chance. You can't outscore. I've been saying that, and as soon as Tatum have a bad game, they lose. Brown have a different game, they lose. Just they have to be big every night in order for them to win, and they have been. I mean, they've done pretty well. Yeah. Shane said, "How do I feel about the old Boston Garden floor hurt at Davis?" Man, I can go all day about that, Shane. I ain't trying to turn this basketball. Let me just answer your question since you asked. They had a lot of problems in there. Not only that, if you remember the bad air conditioning back then. We ain't talking about the locker rooms back then, the visitors' locker room. Just horrible place to play. Then when you got and played, you had those fans back then. Y'all everybody going crazy over what they saying about Draymond. Just imagine what it was in the 80s. And their stories about that when Magic was there, and Kareem and all that kind of stuff. That ain't exactly. They ain't talking about that. Ladies and gentlemen, here I go. I asked the question in the thing, right or wrong? Right or wrong? About, I can't speak for everybody else. All I can do is speak from what I see. Now I don't try to say nobody's wrong or right as far as my brothers go in the podcast community. I'm not even going that route. I just look at things from my eyes. And then after I get it, I'll go listen to them after I finish saying what I want to say, because I don't want to be influenced by nobody. I don't want to be influenced by it. So I purposely have not listened to my brothers, Boss and Law, and Big Game and OC and West Coast, and I haven't listened to Terrence Collins, and I ain't listened to none of these folks. I purposely just wanted to kind of look at it from my eyes and then just come out and say what I got to say. So I ain't gonna be long at all. I said right or wrong because I see culture changing. I see it. I read about it. I hear it. See, it didn't start with the results per se. Now, I may be talking in riddles, but I'm gonna clear it up for you. It started with getting your butt kicked. Okay, that's where I'm going. It started. It started with essentially being punked out by the San Francisco 49ers. Probably a little bit prior to that. It started with getting your brains kicked in by the Denver Broncos last year. It started with getting out physical by Denver and getting shellacked by the Raiders. That's where it started. See, finesse ball can only get you so far. And before y'all think I'm just talking about Kellen Moore, you can go that route. The mentality of this team, in order to you just can't say we're going to score 40 points and they're going to cover. No, you have to start with little basic things in order to get your team right. Mentality is so important in any sport, but especially in football. Attitude. You got to have it if you're going to really do something. Cowboys have had it some games, but it's just not a matter of consistency when it comes to being bullies and being tough and being rambunctious, if you'll ever use that word. It's a mentality that we haven't had. In other words, Ray Lewis type attitude guys. We rarely have it because there's a certain style, Jason Garrett syndrome that we've had here when he used to say our guys. He plays the right way, all that type stuff. Well, that put a precedent on who you would have to fit the system and the style and the mentality of the coach. So when you think of Jason Garrett, the first couple of names that come to my mind is Sean Lee, Jason Witten, Romo, Crawford, Anthony Crawford, good players, guys that quote unquote play the right way, those type of guys, few Pro Bowls in there, real nice system type guys, they can win games for you, and they have won games, those type guys, but not the dog type players that you need. Matter of fact, when with the dog type players that you need, usually come with a few screws loose. Those type guys, guys who are a little bit different. The Charles Haley type guys. Those type. Moxie attitudes. You want to call them divas, whatever. They walk the walk and they talk the talk. The Deion Sanders type attitude guys. The Michael Irvin type guys. Those type of leadership guys. We really didn't have. We really didn't have. We really, then when we got a couple of them, they say it was too much. The Greg Hardys. Please, I understand Greg Hardy. But I'm saying he was a dog. David Irvings. See? Those type guys. Those guys always end up with another uniform on. Robert Quinn. Remember him? Yeah, those type guys. Those guys. We got one on the team who had kind of fits that, but he also fits the right type of mentality. That was probably D-Law. D-Law has never stopped talking. It's just that injuries seem to have caught up with him a little bit. And he's not the guy that, that got that $100 million contract. But he has that type of mentality, is what I'm saying. We got that. Usually you'll find those type of guys primarily on defense. So, we have had problems, with getting those type of guys. Free agents wouldn't even, whether we went after them or not. We just didn't have that type of dude. Offensively, we have it. They just don't have the moxie attitude. Zach Martin is a dominant player, dominant offensive lineman, a walking Hall of Famer, first ballot. No doubt about that. But you're not putting a microphone in front of Zach Martin. He's a dog on the field. You don't hear nothing else from him after that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about mentality. I'm not, mentality. And if your game matches your mentality, then that's the best of both worlds. Zach Martin is just a do it on the field type guy. Tyron Smith, great player. Dog, but Tyron don't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? The type of guys that gonna bring fire to the game. But we have this way we like to do things. The way we have it. And so fast forward, now we come to the playoff game. And the bottom line is, to me, y'all may see it a different way, but we just got punked out. We got bullied. We got hit in the mouth by a bunch of rough riders. And the finesse game can't beat a bunch of rough riders. Just can't. Just can't. Mentality shot. The mentality shot. I mean, you got Debo Samuel and Trent Williams coming out with a big old boom box on their shoulder, dancing in Dallas, coming in, you know. Y'all remember seeing that? Just coming in, swing, you know, bouncing and swinging their arms and all that. And here we come out. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys. They just run out, you know. Yeah. And you get punked out. And they did. The word that you heard after the game was they got out physical. Out physical. And so they made up in their mind in the draft. We got to address this. We got to address this right now. This draft. We got to address it. They slowly but surely addressed it in the previous draft. You know. But they really realized that we got to start hitting people in the mouth with force. And we need some moxie type guys on this team. We do. We got to have it. We got to match physicality. We have to do it. If we don't, we're gonna be in the same position we are. We have the finesse game. You know, we got that good. That checks the box. What we don't have is guys who can flat out just look you in your mouth and say, "I'm gonna move you here," and there's nothing that you can do about it. And if you try to do something about it, I'm gonna hit you in your mouth. It's just that simple. And so the Cowboys decide this year that they're gonna draft some guys. Draft some guys that are quote unquote physical. Because the players have to exude that mentality on the field. The coaching staff can't do it. The players play the game. And the players have to get physical. The players have to get angry. The players have to spread that attitude amongst the team. And so when you talk about bringing those type of guys in, you're also then insinuating that you need a culture change. I'm coming around the corner, y'all. Y'all know I got to set it up before I say what it is I want to say. And I'm going to get out the way and let y'all talk. Okay? You're insinuating you need a culture change. That's why you bring in certain type of guys. Because you're trying to make sure that the element of physicality is not a problem anymore. That's why you do it. So you start scouting, you start looking, you have this concept in mind. Your defensive coordinator is a guy who is not finesse. He is the opposite of Kellen Moore. Dan Quinn is a physical coach. He's hands-on, actually. He practices with the guys. Get in there. Put his hand in the dirt. Run the drills with the guys. He's a physical, hands-on coach. His track record shows that he's physical. He's the one that went and got a Cam Chancellor from the Seattle Seahawks. Y'all, if you know anything about football, y'all know how physical Cam Chancellor was. It was Dan Quinn that drafted him. He's a physical type guy. Moxie. Macho. And he wants players that kind of match that thing because he knows what it takes. You want to play defense, you got to get nasty. That's Quinn. So you go scouting and looking for stuff. You do. You find the guys that got some dog in them. Bring them. Draft them. Now I just gonna cut through the field here. So you draft a John Ridgeway. Oh, let me stop. Before then, in the previous draft, you knew that the offensive line was slightly soft. So you go draft a Ball, Mr. Josh Ball, previous year, who has a reputation of being, physical. Yeah, physical. Yeah. Got a mean streak in him. Play offensive tackle. Mean streak. Yeah. We draft him. We didn't get a chance to see him play because he was hurt last year. But the reputation is there. Got a mean streak in him. Yeah. This year, you draft. You go get a John Ridgeway, who is known as a physical guy, but also a physical guy who got some swag in him. His nickname, and please don't, this is his nickname that I heard. I'm not calling that. They call him the Vanilla Gorilla. And when you call the Vanilla Gorilla, you got some swag in your system. Yeah. Known as a tough guy. Known as a guy with an attitude problem. Known as a guy that get physical. Known as a guy that loves contact. Known as a guy that like delivering contact. Y'all have heard it by now. So, heard that Mr. Josh Ball, Mr. John Ridgeway have a little meeting. But there's a fight that go on. Now, you gotta keep in mind now in training camp, they got the same helmet on, okay? They're the same uniform, same jersey, You coaches, especially Coach Marv, I get it. You have to set a standard. You have to set a standard with team and all that kind of stuff. I get it. I ain't coming against that at all. I'm not. You have to develop the standard. Like if you go past the whistle, that's a penalty and it'll hurt your team. And that's 15 yards. I get all that. I get it. You have to set that standard there. We want to get that type of stuff started. I get it. I understand. I get it. I do. I get it. I do. I really do. I understand it because I'll be the first one to say, oh, man, get that fool off the field. He's messing it up for us. It's 3rd and 6. We stop and play. But because you want to go crazy and the whistle is blown, now you want to get a 15-yard penalty and hurt the team. Opposing team gets a first down. All I get that. I get it. I do. I get it. I'm good, Mike. How you doing? I'm good. I understand the concept. You have to set the standard. I get it. I get it. But I love it. Just in case you didn't hear Josh Ball, John Ridgeway getting the fight. John Ridgeway is the one to get kicked out of practice, though. The Vanilla Gorilla, as he called himself. He gets kicked out of practice. All that kind of stuff. And, and I'm wondering, okay, if he got kicked out of practice, what happened about Mr. Ball? He didn't say nothing about Ball getting kicked out of practice. Just say Ridgeway did. So he probably was the instigator. He probably carried it to another level and all that kind of stuff. But that's him. It's a culture change. It's time for those type of guys to come on, step up. Yeah. I love it. I understand it's wrong. I understand that technically speaking, what they can mean on Sundays, Monday nights, Thursday night games. I get it. But I love the tone that's being set. And if it's a rookie that has to set the tone, so be it. Because I love the way that this rookie, the jersey I got on, Mr. Parsons, set the tone last year. No, he had moxie. No, he had attitude problems. I love it. I love it. Now, here's my thing. Coaching staff. See, we're so used to being under this Jason Garrett curse of playing with the right type of guys, that when it's time to see the culture change, and because you're so used to a certain style, that when you begin to see something totally different, because we ain't used to this in Dallas, we're not used to these type guys, that you don't try to shut it down and make him or try to turn him into the right type of guy. No. That's what I'm scared of. See, we got too many professional people. And some of y'all are not going to agree with me, and that's fine. This is just the way, like I said, this is just the way I see it. All these perfect corporate type guys, that ain't going to work now. It's not going to work. We tried that for years, y'all. That ain't going to work now. It's good to have a few of those guys on the team. But we need some doggish type attitude on this team. That's what you drafted. So let them be who they gonna be. Now, I'm not saying John Ridgway, just let him go. No, because you got to control that, because game time is coming. Sunday afternoons are coming. Monday night games are coming. Sunday night games, Thursday night games are coming. Yeah, we got to get that under control. But we don't need no course on how to play the right way. No, you drafted him because he was this way. Don't try to change him now. No, Lordy. No. And I love, just in case y'all ain't seeing this, all I got for you real here. Watch this, y'all. They got to John and asked him about the fight with Mr. Bob. This is what John had to say. Do y'all just look what John had to say? To me, it's a perfect answer. He said, I don't plan on getting in the backseat of the NFL. That means starting in practice. That's what he's saying. Said the Vanilla Gorilla recently. I plan on getting in the driver's seat and taking off. I wish they could have kept the don't end the quote. I could substitute some words right there, what he really was saying. Do y'all understand me? You can throw some obscenities in that as well. Y'all can fill in the blank where you will. I know what he was saying. He said, I don't care wherever the ball is, whether it's in the locker room, whether it's on the practice field. John saying, look, I didn't come here to be a rotational guy like y'all got me thinking I'm going to be. John is saying, I don't care nothing about Neville Gallimore. I don't care nothing about OC. I don't care nothing about none of these Watkins, none of these guys who y'all got in front of me. I didn't come here to play in the backseat. I didn't come here for that. He's saying, I came to be the man. That's y'all forgive me for translating what he's saying here. Yeah, Bruce, I know it. Yeah. He's saying, I didn't come here for no playtime. I don't care if you line up against me, whether it's a teammate or an opposing team, I'm going to destroy you. That's what John is saying. That's what he's saying. And for that, this is the attitude right here, y'all, that you ain't heard in Dallas. Because see, when you read that, you were like, what? You said that? We don't have this type in Dallas. We don't have it. We don't get guys. They may talk it, but they can't bag it up. on the level that they're talking. Put it that way. We got guys that can talk, but the game ain't matching their talk. This dude right here. See, he ain't known as a first team All-American. No. He's probably not as good as Osi. He's probably not as good as Gallimore. But he's a bull. And the reputation says that he can't be moved. He know how to hold his own. This guy is the type of guy that causes culture change within the locker room. And most importantly, on the field. And you got to be real careful, Cowboys, Mr. McCarthy. I ain't gonna even say nothing about Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore don't even need to say nothing, period. I mean, period. Move out the way. Dan Quinn, I trust. I don't think Dan Quinn gonna try to tone none of that down too much, other than saying, hey, you can't do this on Sundays. You can't get into no fights on the game day. That's all Quinn gonna say. I hope John Ridgway, when training camp open, get into a fight with Tyler, Bill Ass, whatever you call him. I hope he get into a fight with Zach Martin. Yes, I do. I hope he gets into a fight with with Mr. Smith, the rookie. These are the three guys he gonna see. Guards and the center. I want him to get into a fight with them because I want Tone sick. Too much shaking hands going on right here. I need somebody who's gonna get this thing started. Mr. Ridgway look like just the kind of guy I'm looking. I love it. Now some of y'all ain't gonna agree with it. I don't care. I don't care. We got punked out by the 49ers. I need a dog. I need some dogs. Give me some dogs. I think I found one. Hey, Smoke. Coach Marv, I see you done switched over now. I see you. Okay. I see you, Coach. Take calls. I got you. Yeah. So we don't need coaches. See, if you're a finesse coach, you ain't gonna understand this. You see what I'm saying? I don't need nobody, and he's just the first. We got some more guys on defense that are in now. They got attitude problems. Mr. Kurtz has an attitude problem. Parsons has an attitude problem. The jury's still out on Sam Williams, but I heard he got a little streak in him too. So you want physical, so let him be physical. All this come with that. What's up, Coach Dante? All of this come with it. You know what I'm saying? These type of guys, when you hear about all of this is part of it. Don't get scared now. No. You wanted physical players. You drafted physical players. Josh Ball a couple years ago. Now you get Ridgeway. You sign some free agents that known to be physical, not finesse. Don't try to shove it down now. No. This is what you wanted. We don't kicking them out of practice. So what? You gonna kick him out a lot of them because this is the only way he knows. If this is his response, being kicked out, the man ain't even made the team. You figure he gonna make the team, but technically speaking, he's one of the 90. Okay? He hadn't made the team yet. But this is the type of response you get from him. Sign me up to him. Yeah, buddy. This is the kind of guy that I want to roll with. Yeah. You want physical? Here we go. no sense of trying to shut this thing down. It's just getting started. John Ridgway been a problem the same ever since he got there. I love it. I love it. He's gonna be a problem in the training camp. I love it. Set the tone, baby. I love it. Matter of fact, I think I follow him on Twitter. I'm looking forward to just saying something to him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shoot him a tweet as soon as I get off here. I love it. This is what you need. You want physical? You get physical players. This type of stuff is just what comes with it. And then you love finesse coaches. You love play the right way coaches. You know, corporate coaches. You know, ABC 1, 2, 3. Barney, I love you. I love me. And all. No. You Sesame Street, good kid coaches, and you know, I'm the good ship, lollipop, Shirley Temple type coaches. This ain't gonna work right now. Yeah. This not gonna work. No, you're not gonna work right now. So you wanted this? Here we go. I love it. I love it. Y'all leave my dog alone. We'll tackle all this when he comes. Look, he gonna be just fine. He gonna be just fine. Okay. If he get a penalty here and there, he just come along with it. Expect it. You will not turn this guy into a corporate type dude. It's not going to happen. And I'm saying all this because we got a few guys on this team. We got a few guys that are on this team that is going to match this type of moxie. So is it right or wrong? I guess it just depends on who beholding it. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'm saying this is beauty. It's all depending on how you look at it. That's all I'm saying. You may not like it, and you're not wrong. And again, you may love it like me and say, hey, let's get the party started. You got to set a physical tone. You can only do that with physical players. Mr. Ridgway is a physical player. I'm not trying to tone him down. Not yet. I need all this going. I need him to go. I need him to be calling folks right now on the team, since that's all who he can hit right now. Say, I can't wait to see you in training camp. You can't block me. I want him to tell Zach Martin that. I need Zach Martin. I need everybody on edge. All this goody two-shoe mess. You corporate guys, look, please. That's all I'm saying. Y'all, that's it. All right. That's really all I want to talk about today. I love the culture. I love the culture they're trying to set. Let it be. Let the culture be. Yeah. Phone line is open now. Y'all see it down there. The phone line is open. I'm expecting Coach Marv immediately, and bam, there he is. All right. Let me get my guy in real quick on Podbean. Coach. Let's see here. Are you in, Coach? There he is. I think you're in now. What's up, Coach? Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Man, perfect segue to me, man. I want you to give me a few minutes to talk about the really big issue, what's right or wrong.
All right.
I know you led off with how we got punked.
Mm-hmm.
I done went back and looked at that game probably 3 times. Our defense didn't really get punked like we thought they got punked.
Uh-huh.
It's that San Francisco ran the ball, and let me just give you these little stats that proves the point, so people won't listen to the pundits and get a picture. San Francisco ran the ball 40 times. their running back that y'all don't even know, not Debo Samuel, had 27 carries for 96 yards.
Uh-huh.
Debo Samuel had 11 carries for 72 yards, and the quarterback had 1 carry. Right?
Uh-huh.
For 169 yards. Just barely over 4 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. Take away a 35-yard run that Debo got to score the touchdown in the second half, which is the only touchdown they scored in the second half off a turnover. We controlled the running game, but I guess we decided to run the ball 20 times. 16 carries by the running backs, 4 carries by the quarterback, and CeeDee Lamb had a carry or 2.
Mm-hmm.
We ran more plays than San Francisco.
Yeah.
But we only had the ball. We had the ball 11 less minutes.
Yeah.
So we didn't even allow our offense to be physical. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So in actual fact, we allowed our players to get punked. Mm-hmm. So that moves into what I'm saying about this team. You know, I know you probably next time you'll talk about this, and I'm I know you know the news about the DJ Metcalf thing. This
Man,
going around people all.
Coach, I don't even mess with it. You know I ain't gonna mess with that because I know Stephen Jones ain't gonna do that. But go ahead.
Okay, but this is the point that is bothering me. I think I put a comment in there. We know, as you just talked about, the mentality. But the mentality has to be carried by the fans of what makes us best.
Yeah.
And the fan base is carried by the haters telling us what we need to do that gets us off a track and off what makes the Cowboys the best organization in football, and has the same formula that has made the Cowboys great for all of their years of existence.
Yeah.
So here we go to the mentality of physicality. The fan base is the one that's promoting finesse.
There you go. Not me.
So when we promote finesse, Kellen Moore and the Cowboy organization gives us what we keep yelling about.
Yeah.
We want to pass the ball. We want to get more receivers. Man, that got to win the games at the end of the game. Man, we got to get more receivers. Man, we lost Cooper. We need to get another guy. We need to get another number 1 wide receiver. We need to. It's got to be pass the ball. Uh-huh. But that is not what makes us best. A more physical mentality on defense as well as offensively have showed us since 2015. And I could probably go back, Big Show, when I started being a Cowboy fan, for the history of the Cowboys. Uh-huh. It has showed us that that's when we had our ultimate success.
No doubt. No doubt.
San Francisco didn't beat us with finesse. They didn't beat us with just saying that we are just bigger and badder than you. They were committed to playing the game that was best for them. And we were committed to playing a game that has showed us that is not how we win big games. Mm-hmm. Again, I say 42-6 since 2016 when we run the ball more than 30 times. 9-0 last year of the 12 victories when we show a physical mentality to our offense.
Right.
If you don't allow players, if you make them dancing bears and you take the fight away from them, you know, when I played offensive line and when I coached offensive line, I had when my players came to me and said, Coach, man, we want to get after these guys a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I understood because I understood as an offensive lineman when I played. If I get after you and I test your will physically, it's gonna make it easier for whatever else I want to do.
Got 4 quarters to deal with me. And if I can get you early like that, it's gonna be a long night.
That's right. So it's almost like a boxer. You send the boxer in the ring and tell him, don't punch, I just want you to move.
Yeah.
Let the guy swing at me, but don't punch back.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you take the mentality, and what it does is it creates a mentality in the game that you're shying away. And you cannot turn that on in the third quarter, or you go finesse all game, and then you get in the goal line situation, and then you say, oh, I want you all to dig in now, 3 quarters down the third quarter, and let's get this 2 yards on the ground.
Yeah. It don't work like that.
So I'm just asking the Cowboys, and I'm asking the Cowboy fans, when we hear the pundits out there talking about CeeDee Lamb is not, we need more receivers. Our receiving core is the
you don't know
best in the league.
Yeah.
I want us to think about that we are 42-6.
Yeah.
When CeeDee Lamb was hurt, when CeeDee Lamb wasn't there, when Mari Cooper was out, before Mari Cooper got there, we 42-6. When we run the ball, and still in most of those games that we 42-6, in Dak's first year, he was third in the MVP candidate. And when we were 6-0 in the beginning of the season, when we had our 6-game winning streak, Dak was top of the MVP list. This is not going to take away from Dak's greatness. It's just going to be able to do what we do best. The biggest mistake in life and football is to try to be what you're not. If you want to be successful, be who you are and know who you are and be who you are. And if the Cowboys fans knew the history, the true Cowboy fans, and knew the records that we were when we are a physical nature team, if the fan base see in a game and say, wait a minute, that ain't how we win. But if we listen to people who are not Cowboy fans, they're going to tell you to do something that's not you because they scared when you are you.
Exactly.
At this point blank. And that's where I get so frustrated, because we have pointed out time and time again, but when the fans, clamor about we want to be explosive and we got to put up 35 points a game, and one time we forgot about the defense altogether, and then Dan Quinn came in and helped the defense. Don't y'all know Dan Quinn changed the philosophy, the mentality on the defense?
He did that. No doubt about that.
The defense used to be soft and small.
Very soft.
And small. Very small.
We were trying to stop the run with some undersized defensive tackles.
And your linebackers were smaller guys.
Small and get swallowed up easily by with somebody touching them.
And your defensive backs, and we can go back and look at this. Yeah. Cowboys, until last year or the year before, had the worst tackling defensive backs in the NFL. Only person where you had Jeff Heat, he would hit you, but he was always a step slow. Skandrick wouldn't hit my grandmother when running the ball. Byron Jones wouldn't tackle nobody, still don't tackle nobody. And it brought a mentality where teams went to us and they imposed their will on us. Do we remember the game, the Thanksgiving game against the Buffalo Bills, when we saw the guys on the sideline when they were beating us and they were talking about how soft we were?
Exactly.
But they don't say that anymore.
Nope.
So yes, I love what John Rich. This is the first time I've heard in years that we have had somebody in a practice get thrown out
Love it.
because they had a scuffle.
I love it.
In Jimmy Johnson era,
this
that
every
happens
day.
every day.
Every day, Doc. Every day. Every day. Every day.
He promoted it because physicality promotes competitiveness.
Yeah.
You don't listen. If you want to talk about finesse, when two guys run against each other and they have a race of a 40-yard race, it's still got to be physical because they're running wide open. Yeah. Physicality makes people compete. So if you go out there soft, you don't get the competition level that you, and we can't wait till the scrimmage, the preseason games, or wait till Sunday for us to start to compete. We have to have a mentality like we are. We hadn't won a Super Bowl in 27 years. So we should have the mentality is that whoever won Super Bowls before us, that's their Super Bowls. We got to grind to get ours.
Yeah, got to.
And that's what this guy's showing us. He wants to ride in the front seat and drive. He understands he was a late round draft pick, and he's got the grind to make himself on this team. And yes, I want him to pick on Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
I want him to slap
Zach Martin
upside the head.
Yes, sir.
Because I want them to wake up and remember
there you go.
what the grind was like.
There you go. There you go. There you go. They don't forget. They ain't got too comfortable.
They done got too comfortable.
Too comfortable, yeah.
That's what I was telling you about Tyron Smith when we were talking about bubble wrapping. No, yes, you got to be careful, but he got to feel how it is to get out there and get that sweat on and knowing how to move people, because he has to be seasoned right, even though he's a veteran, to know to be ready when the real bullets start to fire. So you just can't keep him in no bubble wrap and then ask him to go out there and dig guys out that's coming at him that's all pros too. So we have to be controlled and we have to be physical. Because I would say this, and you may have seen my mantra on Boss Cowboy show when Coach Mack was on there.
Oh, yeah.
Those who bleed more in peace will bleed less in war.
There you go.
So in this peacetime, like Ridgeway just showed us, he bleed more in peace because we ain't got no games.
There you go.
And it will help him bleed less when training camp comes around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we ain't ready to grind and this Cowboy Nation is not ready to say, man, we want some dogs and we want to go out and take this. And we don't care about what the Rams get, their finesse and whatever they do. We don't care about who buy this, who buy that. We got a good team. And only thing we got to do is grind, because in the Super Bowl game, wasn't Cincinnati there?
Yeah.
Did they have all the talent the Rams had? And the game was close, wasn't it?
It was close. They were physical.
So it don't take you buying up everybody in the league to get to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
But you got to be a mentally physical football team. And this sport that I love, you can't get around physicality. You can do all the PlayStation and John Madden stuff you want to do.
It's not going to get you nowhere.
But it cannot tell you the true factor of the physicality it takes to play this game and to play this game well. Because if you're not the most physical guy, most times you're not going to win.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because physicality can control speed.
No doubt about it. A punch in the mouth slows down finesse anytime of the week.
Slows it down.
No
and
question
then
about
if you the one to get the punch off first, you can be able to do anything you want to do.
Exactly.
So that's what I wanted to give out to the Cowboy fans. Let's get in this grind. Let's go out there and like these type things. That's why I like when they're gonna have 3 scrimmages, Big Show. This is something that they hadn't done back since long time ago. So I like that they having the scrimmage with the Broncos, a team that bust us in the mouth
They
last year.
did.
I like to go into a scrimmage with them. I like to go in the scrimmage with San Diego, a very
Tough.
talented, up
Yeah.
and coming team.
Yeah, physical team too, I mean.
And McCarthy need to let them go and let them go. And because if you apply heat to players, when I coach, I used to do this. I always told my coaches, I want to apply the muchest heat to them in practice. Being careful though.
Yeah.
But I gotta apply a lot of heat to them.
Yeah.
Because I need to know on game day what temperature I could turn them up to.
Ain't no doubt about it. I love it. That's it.
I need to know what temperature I can turn them up to. Know that I met that temperature before.
There you go.
If I don't know, I don't want. And I always told my coaches, when you put a guy down the field, you better know what temperature you can turn them up to, because this ain't the time to find out.
Exactly. I love it, Coach. I love it. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate it, Big Show.
You,
keep doing what you're doing, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the one and only, my coach, Coach Marv, in the house. Let me get to two things, because y'all can see in the chat I got a little debate going on here with Max TV coverage. I got a couple questions to ask him before I get started. I believe that's one of my brothers from the Spotlight Sports Network too. But let me get to this comment I saw while Coach Marv was talking. Eastside Harold says that the Vanilla Gorilla is a 5th round joke. That remains to be seen, Harold. That remains to be seen. We haven't seen him play. He's a rookie. We haven't seen him even in a preseason game. So, a lot of guys coming to the league, with a reputation, and then get in the league and they're nowhere to be found. Who knows? He might be that guy. I'm not even gonna argue with that. I'm not gonna call him a joke because we haven't seen it yet. We don't know. We don't know. But what we do know right now, I love it. He's a tone setter. That's what we need. He's physical. He's physical. That's what we need. He has an attitude problem. That's what we need. He's not scared. That's what we need. He don't mind getting into it with nobody. That's what we need. And I guarantee you just heard Coach Marv talk about all the upcoming scrimmages that we're going to have in training camp. You can rest assured Mr. Ridgeway is going to be ready to rumble. He's going to be ready to hit somebody. He's going to be ready to get physical. He's going to let it be known he don't get pushed around. If he get pushed around, so be it. He's going to be in there. You can win with guys like that. Okay? You can win with guys like that. I don't mind it at all. So to say it again, you say he a joke. Let's see. Let's see what things stand after training camp. And I may have to come back and say he just a bunch of talk. I may have to come back and say that. I don't know. I like what I'm saying and hearing right now. Huh? Yeah, he drafted in the 5th round for a reason, though. He wasn't no first team All-American. See, you need, let's go back to last night in basketball. See, everybody can't be a Steph Curry. You see what I'm saying? That's why they have guys that are called role players. You understand? Role players. That means I have this certain role in basketball. This guy is known as a defender and a rebounder. This guy is known as a sixth man. This guy is known as a shooter, a spot up shooter. Roles. John Ridgway role just very well may be to set the tone. And so far, he doing a great job at that. I love it. Yeah, we ain't trying to knock that down. We ain't saying he nobody ain't predicting he gonna be first team all pro. Nobody ain't saying he gonna be Aaron Donald. No. That's what we didn't draft him for that. We drafted him to take on 2 million and hold his ground. We drafted him to hold up that middle. That's his role. Huh? That's his role. All right. That's the end of that. So I ain't gonna even knock. I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but I'm not gonna say you're right either. All right. Max Coverage TV. Let's see here. He believes that Dalton Schultz, and we had this the other day, but he coming in, y'all. So y'all help me out. Coach Price, let's go. All right, Coach Price, let's go. we don't even need to start typing it in. He believes that Schultz is a top 10 tight end. I believe on my last show, I think I named 14 that everybody kind of agreed with. All right. He even started naming some. Let me get to your comment, Max. Because you already named a few of them. I mean, we'll start with your list. All right. You named Travis first. Travis Kelce, that's one. He told me to name top because he believes that he's supposed to be paid like that. And I told him that he's not even a top 10 tight end. And he didn't believe me. So let's go. Travis Kelce, one. That's better than Schultz. All right. Then he named some other ones, Max, and Max is absolutely right, except the last name. Kelce, one. Andrews, two. Waller, that's three. Kittle, that's four. Gilsilky, that's five. That's five better than Schultz. So all I need is five more, right? All right. Y'all gonna throw them in real quick. I got some help, Max, but I'll go off top of my head. Here we go. Let's go down the NFC North. Said five, right? We got five, so I need five more. Is Dalton Schultz better than TJ Hawkinson from Detroit? No, that's six. Is he better than Kyle Rudolph? Questionable. I won't even give you the questionable. Some would say yes, some would say no. So I ain't gonna even count that. I'm gonna say TJ Hawkinson, without a doubt, is better than Dalton Schultz. Max says no. Oh, you say TJ Hawkinson is not. Okay. I think you're going to be in the minority with that on that one. But I'm gonna respect you, okay, on that one. Let's go to the North Minnesota. No, you say no to that. Who am I missing? Green Bay. We don't even know who their tight end is in Green Bay. I know it's somebody I'm missing. Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit. Oh God, y'all help me out. Who am I? Chicago. Is he better than what's the kid name? Oh goodness. No. Since I don't know his name, I'm gonna say no. But okay, that's the North. Let's go to the East. Dallas, of course, he's on Dallas team. The Giants, that's Evan Ingram. Ingram hadn't been healthy enough to stay on the field, so I'm gonna say no. I think Schultz probably a little bit better than him now. Washington, Logan, I bet is that his name? He hadn't stayed on the field enough. He's probably more talented than Schultz, but he's been hurt. The Eagles, Dallas Goedert, good. So now, see, okay, is he better than Schultz? No, I'm not. I ain't got to the AFC yet, Max. I'm just going down the list. I'm just going team by team so I can get my other four. Dallas, it just depends on what you like. he's more of a threat than Dalton Schultz. I give you that. So I ain't gonna even, that's be honest. So I'm gonna take away the questionable. We'll take that away. The NFC West. Seattle, no. Arizona has Zach Ertz. Please don't tell me that you think Dalton Schultz is better than Zach Ertz. No, sir. No, sir. Even at Ertz age right now, he's still better than Dalton Schultz. That's number 7 for me. So let's get that right. That's 7. Let me go to Arizona, San Francisco. We already have Kittle. The Rams. The Rams have Everett. He's better than Schultz. The Rams tight end is better than Schultz. Oh, ain't no doubt about that. Come on now. Yeah. That's 8 for me. Okay. I ain't even got to I ain't even got to the AFC. I'm still in the NFC. I already got 8. Some of them are AFC. Okay, let me go on to the NFC South. Tampa. Is he better than Gronk? Wait a minute. Is Dalton Schultz better than Gronk? Come on here. Schultz. I mean, come on now. Let's just stick with that. Is he better than Gronkowski right now? Even at Gronkowski's age? I'm gonna let you answer that one, Max. Is he better than Gronk? For real? I put it this way: if the Cowboys, no. Yeah, okay. If you want to say Gronk, we all know Gronk coming back. But if you want to get technical like that, I'll let you have that. Okay, I'll eliminate Gronk. Okay, let's go to Atlanta. Is he better than Kyle Pitts? No, I answer that for you. That's 9 for me. He's not better than Kyle Pitts. No. See, we know the real tight ends, but see, y'all don't forgot about it. If you see that, is he better than Kyle Pitts? The answer is no. Not even in the ballpark. Huh? Yeah. He had really, Cade. He's a good player. I don't want to take that from Dalton. Don't get me wrong. But he don't deserve to reset the market for the tight end position. Not when there are a lot of tight ends that's better than he is. I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's a solid player. But when you get that type of money, you're supposed to be the man. Dalton Schultz is not the man. He's not. Njoku is not the man. He should have got paid the money he got paid. But he reset the market. At least he raised it up a little bit. And Dalton Schultz is better than Njoku. And that's why Dalton Schultz is hanging out saying, wait a minute, guy. Whoa. But to say that he's supposed to be up there with some of these guys I'm talking about, that's a joke. He's not a, let me put it this way. If you're not a Cowboy fan, and this is not being insulting, it's not. Hold on a second. It's not. It's just you haven't really watched how he plays.
Call from.
And he
Coach Bob.
I got my coach. Hold up, coach.
Hey, Big Show, let me help you out here a little bit. And I understand the gentleman's comment about you.
Hey, coach, hold up, coach. I ain't even got to the AFC yet. I'm still in the NFC.
Yeah. Because you go when you get the AFC, you're gonna really kill that idea.
I don't need him. Yeah, go ahead.
But I just want to, and he's right about the top 10. Okay, let's say he says he's a top 10 guy. He's getting paid top 10 money now.
He is getting paid top 10 money now. Exactly.
So if he's ready to take a contract at 11 million, 10 million, because you're already paying 10 million.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I went into,
and I listened to a breakdown of the contract, and I think I might have sent it out to you. A breakdown of the contract. I need to send it to you, where they did a breakdown of the Njoku contract. Okay, and this is where it tells you, Cowboy people, when we talking about Dalton Schultz, how these contracts, when they want you to look at the APR, the average per year, because let's understand, the agents love for you to talk about the APR because that's how they get more clients. The NFL wants you to look at the APR because that makes them look like they're really paying these guys these really big money. But when you look at most of these contracts, the guarantee and the structure of these contracts doesn't mean that a Njoku may never get nowhere close to $56 million. Okay? In his breakdown of his contract, he's really only going to get $25 million of that 50-some million guaranteed. And they could be out of his contract by next year at $17 million with a lot of a cap hit. Right? They gave him 2 wonderful years. If Schultz want to sign a contract of that nature, that if he doesn't put up numbers like a top 10 tight end or get even better, I'm quite sure the Cowboys would do that. But if he's looking to set the market and get long-term big money, we have to understand that what tight ends in this system, since Cowboys have been in the last 7 years, hadn't done well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Done. I mean, so what you ask the tight ends to do in Dallas, we can find guys that can do that. Another person talked about where my man was drafted. We understand that Dalton Schultz was drafted in the 4th or 5th round?
I think 4th.
And he wasn't even projected as a starter going into training camp last year because they thought the starter was going to be Blake Jarwin.
Yep.
So he should be happy that he got a franchise tag. And if he proves it this year, where he's getting top 10 money, where he just went from a contract of making, I think, about $600,000, $700,000 a year, and now he's making $11 million for this year. If he proves that he is that top 10 nature, I'm quite sure in the city of Dallas and playing for the Dallas Cowboys, he'll still be there in Dallas after next year, and he'll walk away with a contract.
Oh, yeah.
If we can let our quarterback go on a franchise tag for a whole year, what's the problem with Dalton Schultz playing on the tag?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, my man.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Let me get back to my list real quick. Is he better than the Buffalo tight end, Mr. Knox? I'm just saying. Okay, that's 9 for me. All right. Gee whiz. I gotta break it down. What's up, Chad? I want to get to this one though. I'll come back to the list. I really want to think because this see, first of all, let me preface it by saying, y'all, Dalton Schultz is a solid football player. I don't want to make it seem like he's some trash. He is not trash. Okay? He is not. He is solid. Somebody said earlier that he's Dak's security blanket. If that's, when you look at his stats, okay. I think we pulled it up the last game. They gave about 70 some odd catches. 43 of them were chain movers. In other words, they were first down catches. He's excellent at finding spots and zones. But what I said the other day was he's a product of the team that he was on. You see, when you have an Amari Cooper on your team who takes a double team, and then you have a CeeDee Lamb who lined up inside sometime and has some attention. Teams choose to leave Dalton one-on-one, and really not one-on-one. They pretty much play a zone. He sit down in the zone, and which is a skill by itself to find the proper spot. And he always seemed to be open. I'm saying because of the coverage of the team, that he's more than just saying, he was good. A lot of this was by, the byproduct of what he, could do as far as finding holes. He's not trash by no means. He's not. He just ain't that good though. He's just not that type of tight end. I ain't talking about the eye test. I'm talking about when we start talking about the whole gamut of things. We're talking about, attention by a defensive coordinator on them. Teams are not coordinated for Dalton Schultz. They're not. They are game planning for Travis Kelce. They're game planning for Andrews, Kittle, all these guys that y'all named before. That's one thing. They're game planning for Pitts. See what I'm saying? He's a solid guy. He's a solid guy. But then we get to the other part of tight end, which is blocking. Dalton Schultz is not a great blocker. Half the names I done called out, eat him alive when we start talking about blocking. There's more than just pass catching and stats. We're talking about, are you good in the run game? Can you move your man? Can you block folks? Dalton Schultz is not known as that. As Coach Marv just said a few minutes ago, Blake Jarwin was listed as the starter. He just got hurt again. Dalton just filled in and filled in nicely. He did. I don't want to seem like he's some trash. He just don't supposed to be making Njoku type money. Because Njoku don't deserve Njoku type money. Cleveland messed this up for everybody. Cleveland messed this up for everybody. He did. They did. That's what the problem is. Dalton Schultz didn't have no problem at all until Njoku signed his contract. And he's been acting this way ever since. Because he wants to get the long-term contract plus the guaranteed money that he got, which is a crazy, crazy. Let me do this, because I did this last thing, and people, it really all depends on what your what your eye test tell you. That's what I look at. That's the way I look at it. What does your eyes say about him? What does your eyes say about your eye test say? Yes, Dalton Schultz may have had a few stats better, but just because you have some stats that are better doesn't mean that you that type of guy. Some people overpay for people. The Cleveland Browns overpaid for David Njoku. And we also talking about Stephen Jones. Y'all know good and well Stephen Jones ain't fit to do this. If that be the case, you should have just kept Cooper. You see what I'm saying? You should have just kept Cooper. You should have. Let me get to this. Because I just pulled up something here. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Y'all guys see that real quick. This is in David Njoku's contract. For those that don't know, David Njoku is getting paid. Let me see if y'all see that. Y'all should see that. Okay. David Njoku is getting paid 4 years, $54.7 million for. That's an average salary of $13 million a year. Okay. You got a signing bonus of $11 million, because we're talking about salary cap stuff. $11,460,000 65. But here's the main thing: $28 million of that 54 is guaranteed. Okay. It's just not. I mean, Joku ain't done nothing to get this type of money. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The more you look at it, he got $17 million at the signing table. When he left, I'm sorry, 11 million signing bonus. Okay, he's getting paid $13.6 million a year. Do y'all see that? I mean, it's it's mind boggling. It really is. And this contract is what it's all about with Dalton Schultz. And Dalton Schultz did have better stats than David Njoku last year. In fact, last year I put up his career against Njoku. Njoku started a year earlier than him. And Schultz just about lead him in everything. You know, he does. And I can't and I can't blame Schultz because, I'm better than him. And if I'm better than him, I should get paid more than him. I'm not even knocking that, but the amount of money that you're getting paid, you're supposed to be the man. Which leads to my position. He's not the man. You want to get paid like the man, but you're not the man. You're not. That belongs to guys that's better than you. That's what you get paid. That type money, and they're gonna be knocking at the door too. Can you imagine what Kyle Pitts is gonna ask for if Dalton Schultz get paid like this? I mean, good Lord, you're gonna be paying a tight end $17-18 million coming up. Huh? So I'm not, I believe that's about to happen is that Dalton Schultz is not going to give up too much of his money. He's going to play on that franchise tag because he's getting paid like he's one of the top tight ends in the game with the franchise tag. And then if he has another year like he had last year, some team is going to pay him. The Cowboys not even be able to compete with him because if you have another big year, we already know what the starting contract is right there. That's what the star's going to be, and some team is going to overpay for him. They are. It won't be us now, according to the way Stephen Jones is. He gonna let him go. Yeah. Stephen Jones don't like paying people like that, man. He signed a big contract for DeMarcus Lawrence. Lawrence was not the guy after the contract, whether that's because of injury, whatever, mostly injury. He got signed for something else. He just let go of Cooper because he's saying the production does not match the salary. That's really essentially what he was saying. Okay, and he let him go. He in Cleveland now. Well, what you gonna pay this dude? If Njoku is getting paid 13.6 a year, and Schultz we all agree Schultz is better than Njoku. So what are we talking about? 14, 15? Really? And you think Stephen Jones gonna say, okay, you had 79 catches for 820 yards. You think he gonna pay 14, 15, 16 million dollars for that? Really? We are talking about Stephen Jones now. Really? Oh, and matter of fact, I'm going on record now. Yeah, y'all can say whatever you want to say. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I see Coach Price. Let me tell y'all something. If they find a way, listen to me. Whoever on here, if Stephen Jones signs Dalton Schultz to a crazy contract, something like this show is going to represent a bomb because I am going to go nuclear on somebody. Because it will prove a theory that I have in my head. I just ain't said it too much. If you let Cooper go, who was productive, I may add, if you let him go, and you sign this guy who hadn't even had 1,000 yards yet, and you sign him to a gigantic contract, because any contract, this is a gigantic contract that Joker got. If you sign Dalton Schultz and you let Cooper go, oh, I got a problem. Oh yeah. And it would kind of solidify some of the stuff that I've been thinking all the time. And y'all don't want to push me there. Y'all don't want to push me there because see, this show will turn into slash, yeah, I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say slash political, slash racial, slash you don't know football type show. That's all I'm gonna say. Of course, concerning that, I'm not saying Schultz don't deserve money. Cause see, a lot of y'all didn't think Dak deserved his money, but you know Dak was next. Okay, well, I guess the same theory could apply. Dalton Schultz is next, but this contract that y'all see right there, that was wrong, y'all. I don't know what Cleveland was thinking, but that's wrong. David and Joko don't deserve that type of money. He ain't done nothing. He ain't done nothing. He ain't that. He's not a factor. When you get this kind of money right here, you are a factor. He's not a factor. Huh? No, okay. See, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. And I don't know if you're a Cowboy fan. So if you're a Cowboy fan, everybody know that's wrong. It comes down, okay, to Stephen Jones. When it's time for real contract talk, other than a lineman and some obvious stuff like Dak, he had no choice but to sign Dak, and maybe Ezekiel Elliott at the time. You know, he wish he could take that back, but you know, it's gonna be remain to be seen. You know, if see how they're gonna treat Zeke next year, we'll find out. You know what I'm saying? But Stephen Jones don't like paying people. And after he pay you, there's a certain expectation. And if you don't meet the expectation, they won't take your money or they'll let you go. Cooper was productive. Cooper demanded a double team every time he lined up. It's more than catches. It's respect. He demanded the double team, which opened it up for everybody. That's how valuable Cooper was. Cooper made everybody better, even when the ball, you know, him just lining up on the field. He demanded the double team, which made people like Schultz open. That it's bigger than just stats with him. That you game plan for Amari Cooper. You game plan. Team defensive coordinators get set up for the whole week. Game planning for Amari Cooper. They dare go one-on-one with him because they know what's going to happen, which means it just opened up the field for everybody else. All right. I got something to say. I'm interested to see what they're going to do. I'm very interested to see.
+1706.
Got another. Be nice here because y'all got it going.
Call from Cowboy J.
Cowboy J is
What's
in the
going
house.
on?
My man. What's up?
I just want to talk about the state of the Cowboys. So Stephen Jones.
Oh man.
I understand what he got going on, and I understand the train of thought. When you build a team that like the Cowboys that got the talent wise, you feel like you shouldn't have to pay what everybody else pay for market value. Just like you don't want to do what the Joneses do. Just like I thought when Dak and Zeke contract came up, we had already had Tony Pollard. Now, we didn't have a quarterback sitting and waiting, but we had Tony Pollard where we didn't have to pay Zeke. You see what I'm saying? When you already got people in place, why are you paying all these people of what the market going to pay them? You know the market going to overpay.
Automatic.
So you got a plug and play system. If you got that big offensive line like that, where you got Hall of Famers up there, money invested in that, you shouldn't have to pay top not for a running back. We seen when DeMarco Murray was here, we had what's the guy behind him, McFadden. McFadden had over 1,000 yards rushing on that line. So you can get productions out of people that got the talent with less money. You don't have to pay everybody.
Yeah.
Like Dalton Schultz ain't got no business getting that kind of contract. You can't afford to pay everybody.
No. And
you
like,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like I said before, it wouldn't have been a problem. The Cowboys, I have no doubt in my mind, they had a certain number in mind. It's just that this contract when Njoku came into play, and like, oh my God. Oh, it Schultz's agent probably started popping champagne bottles like, hold up now, we was thinking about, we're good with $7-8 million a year, maybe $9 million a year. Well, you couldn't go no less than what his franchise tag. It could have been 10 years. They could have offered, 4 years, $40 million. That's 10 a year. I'm quite sure he might have been very happy with that. But when Njoku came out with this right here, oh my God, that changed the whole game. You know what I'm saying? They changed the game for real. So I agree with you 100%. It's just that he's good. I'm not taking it from him. He's solid. He's just not that type of dude that's supposed to get paid this type.
When you a team that don't draft well,
yeah,
you gonna have to overpay for talent.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? But the Cowboys, we stay loaded every year.
Yeah.
As far as and when one leaves, the next one come in, and another one come in. So just like Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory left out, right? And he didn't hit his max potential. He may hit his max potential in Denver, but we couldn't afford to pay him too much based off of max potential when you got guys putting up similar numbers that can come in and put at least half of those numbers up. And then you got a young Parsons, that made it right there tell us that, you know what, we really don't need to pay Randy Gregory. We really don't need to pay him. And it just worked out in our favor that we didn't have to because he wanted to go somewhere else. Fine, go ahead somewhere else. And I bet you that we won't miss a beat this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we already drafted well. You got Golston. You got them young cats that can play. I mean, we got to, as a fan base, just trust the front office and say, hey, man, they're going to have a competitive team out there. And before we know it, we'll forget all about Cooper. But okay, Cooper gone. That's $20 million. We won't even think about it. Like, man, we dodged the bullet right there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, if Dak is who he say, if Dak is who we say he is, we won't miss a beat.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cowboy. Right, appreciate you, bro. Now, let me say this. It was that Coach Marvin been going out talking about, because he understands where I'm coming from when it comes to this thought I have in my head. Like, let's just hold off and let's see if Schultz get paid, because it's gonna answer a lot of questions for me. But he asked the question like, okay, everybody talking about Zeke getting his money taken back, or taking a cut or whatever, but you ain't giving him the ball. Why? What kind of you pay him the money to be the man, but you didn't get a man the ball? Y'all know Zeke ain't getting no ball, and that's before the injuries. He wasn't getting the ball enough. But you gonna want him to take a pay cut. They ain't gonna say, well, you ain't got the production. I know you ain't got the production if you're getting the ball 12 times a game. Now, come on now. What y'all want me to get 12 carries and get 125 yards every game? Off 12 carries. You want those type numbers, but you don't give me the ball enough. And you already know the Cowboys gonna ask for a pay cut. You know that. You know it. Because this is what Stephen Jones does. Okay? So I'm just gonna be interested to see if Schultz get paid. Like I think he, like if he gonna get paid like Njoku, I'm gonna have a serious problem on this show. Let me get to my guy here real quick. Cade says that if we don't get production from our wide receivers early in the season, you will see a trade come down. Steven can't fight Jerry off all season long. Well, my only thing is this. Let's give CD a chance. See, a lot of us have already become judge, jury, and executioner of what we think CD is going to be. We ain't seen it yet. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if defensive coordinators are going to come out the bat saying, we're going to double CD Lamb like they did Cooper. We don't know if defensive coordinators are going to make the fatal mistake of going one-on-one with CD. We don't know. We don't know yet. So it's kind of hard to judge that. We don't know how good James Washington is with that yet. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen how good this Tolbert kid is going to be. We haven't seen it yet. So it's kind of hard. I think that CD, personally, I think CD is going to kill this year. Yeah, I do. I believe it. And I believe he's going to open it up just as Cooper did, because I believe he's going to get doubled. And I believe Dalton Schultz is going to get 70, 80, 85 catches this year again. He might crack 1,000 yards this year. Yeah. I believe that whoever's on the inside, there'll probably be Tolbert. Okay. I think Tolbert is going to come in as a rookie and kill, because he's going to probably play that Cedric Wilson role if we need that. But however, remember what the Cowboys did. Remember how they drafted. Remember who the first round draft pick was. And Mr. Tyler Smith. They drafted that guy to complete the line. They're probably going to remember the tight end that they drafted, Mr. Ferguson. I believe they drafted because they know what they need to do. They said it last year. You've been hearing it all off season. They know they got to run the football. Please remember that. Let's not act like Dak Prescott for the lineup in the shotgun 700 million times and throw the ball 50 times a game. That ain't what they want to do. They ready to run the ball this year. They are. At least that's the way they drafted. That's what they talked about at the end of the year. They know they won all those games last year, especially early, because they were running the ball down people's throat. When they got away from it, guess what happened? Things weren't so smooth. It's obvious what need to go on. So the stats may not be as great as last year, because if they run the ball well, it's supposed to be down. We don't need Dak throwing for 5,000 yards. No, sir. No, ma'am. We need Dak just to throw the ball. We don't need 40 touchdowns from him. We don't. We need him to be one of the best at the play action game, because at the play action game really works. That means you're running the ball pretty well, which means you're going to have some wide open people, because teams are going to be so interested in trying to stop the run, especially when you got a guy like Ezekiel Elliott, if he's healthy, Tony Pollard. We ain't got to the third running backs. If you're running the ball well, your play action game going to be incredible. And we got the kind of talent that can kill if the play action game is working. So keep that in mind. Keep all that in mind. We ain't trying to shotgun you to death. See, we get back to that finesse typeness then. See, we get back into that finesse and all the pinball machine offense and Kellen Moore. No. We trying to punish folks this year. That's what we need to be doing. Put it that way. I don't trust Kellen Moore. I told y'all that. I believe it when I see it, but that's what we need to be doing. We need to be running the football. Exactly, Jeffrey Murray. That's the way we're going to win, right there. One of the best comments of the whole show, right there. Right there. That's the way that the Cowboys are going to win, with this comment Jeffrey put up. This is what we have to do this year. We have to impose our will on people. We got to run the ball. We got to use Ezekiel Elliott. We got to use Tony Pollard. We got to use that. That's what we got to use. We ain't going to Super Bowl by passing the ball, lining up the shotgun, and all that kind of stuff. I see you, Kate. We need for guys like that. We don't. Stephen Jones don't do that. Plus, you got to keep in mind DK's contract end up. DK gonna want Amari Cooper type money. Shoot, he just let go. He just let go of Amari Cooper. He don't want to pay no receiver no $20 million a year. That's what it's gonna take to keep DK. DK contract end after this year. You ain't even trading them for 1 year. No, if you get a DK Metcalf, you got to sign him long term. You ain't renting him for a year. That's crazy. And you trade away assets. No. They ain't gonna want to pay no wide receiver no $20 million. You just heard Cowboy Jay say you can't keep everybody. You just got rid of a $20 million receiver to get a younger $20 million. They don't want to pay that type of money. That's the Cowboys. That's Stephen Jones. You ain't saying you're not getting DK. You're gonna roll with CD Lamb these next couple of years and pray to God he don't act the fool and hold out, so he don't get paid early. But you let CD get 1,000. You exactly. Thank you. You talking, Jeffrey? They did just let go of Devontae Adams. If CD have 1,000-yard year, please understand he ain't gonna want to play. It's just my guess. He ain't gonna want to play on no rookie deal. You let CD get another 1,000 yards, you know what's going to happen. He gonna act the fool and say, "Hey, I want to get paid," and he's going to demand probably some crazy figure. Okay, that's just the way it works. We already got our number one receiver. His name is CD Lamb. They gonna ride there till the wheels fall off. They not finna go get a DK Metcalf. It's not gonna happen. They ain't trading away nothing. They love the draft too much. They ain't trading away no picks. It's not gonna happen. So y'all, everybody that want this DK Metcalf trade to go down, come on now. It's not gonna happen. Kay says, I get that, but what are you doing with all this cash around? Roll it over, not use it. When is the bubble going to pop and the cash going to get spent? Well, okay, like I said, you know your GM, you know Stephen Jones. That's a good question. Why hadn't he when he got some a veteran linebacker yet? Yeah, I mean, come on now. We had stars. Why didn't you sign a Bobby Wagner? Why didn't you sign him? Because they love saying we the salary cap champions of the world. That's why. That's why. That's why. You ain't spending nothing. Huh? Yeah. You ain't spending nothing. Why you want to got Anthony Barr yet? Why didn't you sign Bobby Wagner? Why didn't you? Why didn't you? You don't want to spend no money. Exactly. That's why you know the DK Metcalf thing is a Madden 22 dream. His contract ends. Huh? His contract ends. You're not renting him for a year and you trading away assets. That's not gonna happen. You just let go of Cooper. What you think is gonna take to sign a DK Metcalf? Shit, it might take more than $20 million to sign him a year. Young as he is, productive as he's been. Oh my God. They ain't doing that. Let's just worry about it and see how good CD gonna be, and let's tackle him because he's gonna demand that type of money. If he have a big year, look out. Yeah. Jeffrey says about Clowney, 10 probably get 10 to 12. Clowney ain't never got between 10 and 12 sacks. Yeah. Clowney is a disruptor. He's still quick. He can play. Ain't no doubt about that. But as far as getting the sacks, and then he stay nicked up too. It is what it is. You can't explain what the Rams are doing. They must know something that we don't. They are working magic over there. They just know how to work the salary cap. It's called extensions. When they sign everybody, they get extensions, and they don't count on the salary cap for this year, for each year. That's all. It's Cowboys just don't want to do nothing. They don't want to sign. They've already told you what their game plan is. We believe in the draft. We believe in drafting and development. The Rams believe in winning right now. And they don't care nothing about the draft. They could care less about losing the next year's whatever. They want to win the Super Bowl right now. And you can't argue with the system because guess what? They just won the Super Bowl. You see? So the system works. Cowboys just choose a different way. They believe in getting younger, a farm system. We get about, once we sign you, we got about 5 years to get what we can get out of you. You turn out real good, and you demand crazy money, we're going to let you roll because we got a number in mind that we want to keep you at. It's going to hurt them. They ain't going to have no choice, but please understand, it's going to hurt them to pay the money that they're going to have to pay Michael Parsons. They ain't going to let Michael go, but it's going to hurt them because they ain't used to doing that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to pay that type of money, but they're going to have to pay it to keep Michael Parsons. Diggs is another one. I'm going to be interested to see about Diggs in a couple of years. I ain't so sure. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. They let Byron Jones go, and I'm not saying Byron was incredible, but he was an all-pro when he left. I ain't say a Pro Bowl, all-pro. And they knew it was his time. They let him walk because they knew he was going to get paid, and Miami paid him. And, okay, good to know, but he ain't lived up to the big contract that Miami gave him. But I'm just saying there's a pattern here that seems, unless you want to, okay, it's time for me to go. I'm about to say something. Yeah, I'm gonna say, unless you're one of their guys, you get paid. LV got paid, yo. Okay, let me stop. He's one of their guys, LVE got paid. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, it's time for me to go because I feel another show coming on right now. I feel it. I'm just gonna say this, y'all. I'm just gonna say this. Y'all tell everybody, just in case the Cowboys are getting sentimental toward Dalton Schultz because he poking his mouth out saying he ain't coming to training camp, and there's speculation that he might miss some training camp and all that because he got his lip poked out. If they pay Dalton Schultz what I think they gonna, the kind of money, let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to just get some popcorn ready and come on hang with me because I'm I'm gonna say what I need to say then, because there's a problem here. Okay, there's a problem. See, I got a problem. Number one, why you gonna use the franchise tag on the tight end? I'm just, I mean, why you gonna use the franchise tag on Dalton Schultz? On Dalton Schultz, why you use the franchise tag? You mean you're a franchise player? Yeah, I heard about that, Jeffrey. I saw it. I mean, he I'm not big enough like Law Nation and my boy Boss, and you know, guys who done talked about him. He Dalton Schultz listened to them, or it got to him, whatever. He blocked them. I ain't big like them yet, so. But I'm saying the same thing. Dalton Schultz is not that guy. He's just not that guy. He's a good guy, but he's just not that guy. He's just not. He's not a franchise tight end. You know, the franchise player tag goes on franchise type players. You put the tag on that guy because you're saying, look, if you're going to take our guy, there's compensation for it. That's how much value he has for us. Dalton Schultz is not that type of player. He's just not. He's not. He's not. He's not. And I don't care what nobody said, but they pay him. I'm gonna be like, really? I got a show just waiting in the wings. You know what I'm saying? A show that's waiting in the wings. You know, just ready to get crazy. And I'm hoping I ain't got to say it, but y'all know me. I will say it. Listen, appreciate you guys hanging with me. That's my time. You see all the ways it's been there on that ticker for you the whole time. Follow me at either one of those ways there. If you want to support the podcast, there it is. Therefore, you guys know it. Most of you guys have been hanging with me for a while. You know by now how to get it done. If you want to become a monthly subscriber, there it is. The Big Time Show 3. It'll be there. I see you, Coach Mar. Big Time Show 3 supercast.com. Coach Mar closed the show out for. He said Schultz ain't even a franchise player on Madden. Now y'all know it's the truth. I don't know. Cash App, $, the Big Time Show. These are ways you become monthly subscribers to the show. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging with me. We got to get out of here now. All right. I'll see you guys probably Monday, 7 o'clock for the one and only, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Big Time Show.